And we are live and apparently running out of time, according to Deadline.
Yep.
That's the most energetic you're going to get me because I'm not going to lie, you guys. Deadline was kind of rough. It was just a tiny bit rough. Well,
Extremely.
it was strange for sure. In a not fun Doctor Strange kind of way. But nonetheless, La Nextrema is here to give you the breakdown of this past NXT Deadline. And of course, I got the full squad here with me. Of course, my name is Mikey, El Jefe of BC WrestlePod. And joining me for this review is, of course, Papa Oso, who, I'm excited to hear his thoughts about Deadline because we all do, and their perspectives matter. And of course, the Pleat Father, Kilt Man, is in the building as well. Who hopefully may or may not be going to some double NXT tapings next week. Please. I was like, you enjoy yourself. Because you are our live correspondent since you live within the area. Yes.
Thankfully. I need to get close. I should probably just move somewhere halfway between my work and Full Sail, just so that way I have a better. I won't be able to go to home on lunch anymore, but, at least I'll be closer to Full Sail so I can take a shower quicker.
That's very, very true. I'm still in my work clothes for this review as we speak. But anywho, we are here once again. Like I said, we are here to review NXT Deadline, the final pay-per-view for NXT, leading us into the new year, which means that if we follow the same schedule that we did this year, that means that the next actual pay-per-view, not in the Performance Center, will be Vengeance Day in February, and then all roads lead to Stand and Deliver. So, which is crazy because the prediction season is going to be there. Speaking of predictions, I'm just going to put it out there. Deadline boned everybody. Now, at least me and Papa also had a little bit of a reach around, so to speak, but Kiltman, you got raw dogs so hard in predictions.
No aftercare.
How dare they? This is the worst that I have ever done this year in NXT and across any of the other prediction leagues, period. This was wild. And I'm just trying to figure out, it's like, where did we go wrong? I'll tell you where we went wrong. Creative decided to be like, nah, forget those guys. We are going to make their scores abysmal. I was so pissed. Anywho. So before we get into Deadline proper, really quickly to go through the announcements. If you are new here to BC WrestlePod and want to take a look at all our past, lives or edited reviews, then subscribe to the YouTube, follow us on Twitch or Kick, and you can look into our archives where we talk a lot about wrestling in a lot of different places, in different federations, and different places of the world. And I'm excited to continue that going into 2026. We also have social medias if you want to follow us in a more bite-sized scale, where on the social medias exclusively, you can find our report cards and the previews of the TV shows and our prediction scores and totally see how we got boned for Deadline. God, it's crazy. Deadline. So to put it into perspective, Deadline boned us really, really hard. And then Papa Oso, you'll actually get a kick out of this. We all went, except for JT, because I love this man, but he got it wrong. Me, you, and Radio went full perfect score for Final Resolution. We all went 10-0, and you're still in the lead. So I was like, I'm on that ass. I was like, I am coming to you. But who knows? I will say, though, if you do win, I am going to send you something fun as winner for being the prediction champion because, it's important. I've been doing bad this year, you guys. It's great. Anyways, so back to the announcements. That's where all the fun happens on the social medias. But if you want to get something nice for yourself, we do have some merch. BC WrestlePod shop.fourthwall.com. All the designs that are currently up on the store, including our limited edition Christmas tee, will be going away at the end of this year to make room for some 2.0 versions of our merch to fit our new aesthetic going into 2026. So I'm excited. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to surprise all the folks. It's going to be great. So check out those links in the description and in the chat, as well as, to let you know, our little friendo, the Coffee Bot, will be jumping in ever so often. And if you feel if you want to donate to the cause to help pay for pay-per-views and to keep the metaphorical lights on, please do so, but no pressure. All right, I stretch it out as long as I can. We got to rip the Band-Aid off somehow, so let's get into this. So, we are here to cover NXT's Deadline, which had one more match than Survivor Series last weekend. But I also have lots of questions, and as we go through this review, even though we are going to be focusing on Deadline, I am going to pop in a little bit and sprinkle a little bit of everything that went down on NXT last night, because certain things that happened at Deadline have definitely we thought what was going to happen, and then no. So we're going to get into all of that. So we're going to start with what kicked off Deadline for us this year, which we already knew was going to be our opening match, which was for the NXT Men's Championship. Ricky Saints defending his title against challenger Oba Femi. I'm not going to dance around the issue. I am going to go straight into it, and we're going to talk about it because, spoiler alert, your winner and 3-time NXT champion Oba Femi. And I'm just sitting here. I'm like, damn, Ricky Saints had like a 53-day run, and damn, it came to an end. And I'm just sitting here, and I'm just like, let me preface by saying this, right? I should have known, and I don't care if we're not far enough in, because I'm hot and heated for this one. I knew some bullshit was going to go down because these two popped up on Friday Night SmackDown, where we learned that the winner of the championship match at Deadline will be moving on to Saturday night's main event this Saturday to fight Cody Rhodes. And I already should have known that some shenanigans and some bullshit was going to happen. And bullshit did indeed happen. No hate against Oba, but I'm just like, why is he champion again? And I'm just like, he does not need to be champion again. Why? I don't understand. I don't, like, to quote Bad Girls Club, I don't understand, bitch. I don't understand. I'm mad. And again, I'm not mad at Oba. I'm mad at Shawn Michaels and booking. I was like, why did we do this? And then we're going to talk about Ricky in a little bit because he irritated me last night too for his actions, but we're going to get to his ass a little bit later. I was so mad. I was like, the match itself wasn't bad, but oh man, the ending really made me angry. Oba doesn't need another championship run. Why? Anyways, Papa Oso, you've been on this journey for the longest time with me, and we have had our ups and downs with Oba and how we are booking him. What did you think of this match, and how are you feeling about this decision?
I literally, I stopped watching. The minute I was like, what is happening here right now? I knew what was going on. I knew it about midway through this match. You knew what was happening. And I was just like, no. So I turned it off, went back to it, finished watching the match, turned it off again times for various reasons.
I mean, that's fair.
But this match pissed me off royally. I'm just, this made no damn sense. If you want to send Oba Femi to go do whatever the hell you want him to do, then just send him to go do it. You didn't have to have this happen to have that happen. That didn't make any damn sense. You know, and I'm just like, I still don't understand why. I don't get it. I don't understand. The man was already there. We've had him once. He literally went through the locker room 3 times. So are we going to, is it rinse and repeat? I mean, again, no diss to Oba because Oba is amazing. But Oba needs to go away. He needs to go to main roster. He needs to get out of NXT because they don't know what to do with him. So they're like, oh, well, we'll put him back in a championship title because that's all we know what to do with him. Which is exactly why this happened. Because they don't know what to do with him. And it's like, he's ready to go to the main roster. Send him away.
There's one other person we're going to talk about who appeared at the end of the main event where I was like, he can go to the main roster too, but we're going to wait. But oh man, I was royally angry with this one. Kilt, like, I know you are newer into reviewing NXT with us, but you have the privy of the knowledge of everything happening on the main roster since you do cover that with me and the rest of the boys. How did you feel about Oba winning this? And where do we go with these two?
Bitch, what the fuck? Also, hi, Nick. Bitch, what the fuck? It's a consistent thing. Here's the thing. I think they're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna pluck Oba and put him into main roster, and then someone had the bright idea to open their mouth. I'm up, Nick. Shh. Let me get to that. That's later. That's later. Give me
a moment.
Don't distract me. Get you, Nick. I'm gonna come on your show one day, and I'm just gonna terrorize you. Anyway, anywho, I think the only reason they decided to move it to Oba instead of keep letting Ricky keep it and then moving Oba to main roster is because some genius wanted to have the NXT champion versus Cody Rhodes. And they're like, well, we can't put Ricky Saints up there because he's not well known to the main roster crowd. Or this is my guess. This is me. He's not really main roster ready. So we're just going to give him to Oba so that way Oba can do it. If you wanted fucking Oba versus Cody Rhodes, let Oba have a fucking title run in main roster. Get you, Mikey.
Sorry, this is funny.
Like, you're distracting me, Nick. Because I want to interact with Nick, but I want to get my bitchy now first. Or be angry and then goofy.
Let me help you.
I want to be Jey Uso as he's crashing out, but Jey Uso when he did Usi Hot.
Well, let me help you. Let me help refine your bitchment, right? So we know that Oba Femi is going to be facing Cody Rhodes at Saturday night's main event. As of right now, Cody's title is not on the line, so it's just a regular match. I mean, Nick said that Ricky is interfering on Saturday. I think there will be an interference, but my money is on Drew McIntyre, and that option also makes me very angry too for a whole different reason. Because
it's not Drew. Yeah, definitely Drew for sure. Drew's going to interfere.
I don't like that option either. I'm gonna be so be angry. Also, this
How
is
dare.
funny. Let me chocolate.
How dare?
Nick, we love you, but how
dare?
No.
No. Drew will interfere with the match. I can guarantee it because that's the storyline they're running right now. But Ricky's going to interfere as well.
Why?
There's going to be a double interference.
Then
I know, Will.
Get it out.
No.
Get it out, Papa. Get it out.
Because so Oba goes and fights Cody Rhodes, right? Everybody comes in, fucks around, and finds out. So what you just did is give this title to Oba Femi to go to this special event to lose, therefore weakening the title instead of just sending him. I don't understand why you have to take down two things at one time. I don't understand why NXT is so hell-bent on weakening their titles.
The shenanigans of main roster is ridiculous, and I'm gonna say a hot take. Because Oba's going up to Cody, I'm in the mindset I was like, just have Oba. Like, to me, Oba should just squash Cody. Cody can take a loss. Honestly,
I agree.
Let him squash Cody. Like, at Saturday night's main event, you can have Ricky and Drew McIntyre come out after the match, but Oba should win and cleanly and definitively against Cody, but I know that's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen. And the reason it's not, one of the reasons, sorry to interrupt, but the only reasons I know it's not going to happen is because they want to keep NXT as the lower grade. They want to cheapen the brand. They don't want it to get as good as, SmackDown or Raw. And here's the problem with that. Guess what the fuck SmackDown was? SmackDown was the second show that got so good that it became part of the main roster. And now here we have NXT. Hell, they went a step further and brought in Evolve. Hell, they went even another step further and have LFG.
I
don't know where to crash out anymore.
All I know is this just pissed me off. It pissed me off because what do you do with Oba now? I mean, what do you do with him? You've given him the title. Now what? He's literally defeated everybody at NXT, except for maybe the newer folks. But he'll cut through those guys so quick. And then what? Then we're right back where we frickin' started in the first place, with Obafemi having nowhere to go. Nothing to do with him. And the title just sits there. And it's like, and I do love Oba. Do not get me wrong. I love Obafemi. But he needs to move on. He would do, I mean, yeah, he's this huge personality. He can capture a room, which is fantastic. But he needs to go to main roster or somewhere else. But bringing him back into this championship at NXT is literally like taking 5 steps back after taking a leap forward.
It is.
And it's like, what is the hell is happening? And I get that they want to keep NXT kind of down below the boot. And I get that, because there's talent at NXT that I can see the main roster kind of going, oh shit. Oh shit, they're good.
So I want to bring Nick's comment in too, because I love Nick. So he says that it's not to the point about cheapening the brand. It's not cheapening the brand. It's the idea that NXT is proving ground, just like AAA is in the MLB. They are good, but not polished enough to beat the main roster. That said, Sol Ruka for the win on Saturday. I'm like, yep, me too. Sol Ruka's taking on Bailey. As much as I love Bailey, I was like, there is no way I'm rooting for Sol Ruka. But
I don't agree. And I don't really agree with that.
Okay.
I mean, I get that it's a proving ground. I get that. I do. But to say that this talent at NXT could never go and beat anyone on the main roster, that makes no sense to me. Because we've seen some people in NXT that are still in NXT that could go to main roster and put a good dent in it. And you know me, Mikey, and when it comes to NXT, it drives me crazy when people say when you go down to NXT,
it's go over, like
it's
we
go
say.
over to NXT, because the talent at NXT is just as good. And in some respects, just as better. I mean, honestly.
I fully agree. My only thing is whenever you say go down, because we're in Florida, you have to come down here. That's my mentality. I'm trying to turn it into a positive. But I have to agree. NXT has become its own strength. It's become on par with main roster. Hell, it's sometimes even better than main roster. I've seen it time and time again this year.
Oh,
that is true.
Yeah.
Very fair, Nick. So it's like it's sports entertainment. It mimics real life sports. Yeah,
I get that. I get that totally, because I'm in the entertainment business. I understand that. I do. I get that it's entertainment. I do. I know that it's not real. I know it's scripted. I do. I know that. But if you want it to be that, if you want it to just be that, okay, then just be that. But if you want it to be something that people are going to get behind, fans like myself or others, then by doing these things, I feel like as a fan of NXT, the main roster is cheapening my brand. You're cheapening my guys. You know, I'm a sports guy. I'm absolutely, but you're cheapening my guys. You know, I'm very, very, Micah, I was very protective of the NXT people. Like whenever they would bring,
you are a little papa to these NXT kids.
and so I understand the entertainment aspect of it. I really do. But as a fan, as someone who loves these people and loves what comes and goes and all of that, it really, as a fan, it pisses me off because I'm like, my guys are just as good as your guys. You know? I mean, I know you guys have got all the biggies at WWE, at the main roster, WWE main roster, but I guess I just don't see it that way. I guess maybe I'm just that weird little peg in the pegs of the world. I don't know, but
right. So I'll answer this one, Nick, because Will doesn't watch AEW. I do though. To answer this question, do I feel that New Japan cheapens AEW rosters when they do Forbidden Door? No. Because when we do Forbidden Door, AEW tends to have their guys go over, but they also send the guys that are okay with taking the loss, who also have stuff going on in New Japan. Like this past Forbidden Door, yes, Hiromu Takahashi lost to Kyle Fletcher, but he is in New Japan and Pro Wrestling Noah doing crazy things as well. Also, there was a lot of New Japan guys that we couldn't afford to get hurt because people were getting hurt too. And then Zach beating Nigel was kind of fun too. That match was baller though. Oh, this one will be up your wheelhouse, Will. And again, I want to claim that Nick is our friend. He asks the hard-hitting questions because he is a sports journalist too. So TNA is cheapening. I feel like it's the opposite in all honesty, but this is not my question. TNA or that TNA is cheapening the NXT brand, then say goodbye to Joe Hendry and to some. Ooh, don't get me started on Jordan because last night irritated the hell out of me. And then Nick follows up. Then the TNA point is better example for Will.
And I'll tell you, I think at times it does, and at times it doesn't. I think I'm also, and Mikey knows, I hate the TNA NXT team up. I hate it, and I love both of them. And the reason I hate it is because I don't think it's been handled properly. I think it's sort of like, hey, if we throw these two together, we'll get more butts and seats. We'll get this really cool crossover, and we'll get all these TNA fans over, or the WWE, or we'll get the NXT fans over to here and that, and that's fine again too. That's cool, and a lot of good stuff has come out of the crossover. I've seen some really great stuff come out of it.
We got Javon and Leon at Bound for Glory, which is probably one of my favorite matches in the last couple months.
So, in overall general, I don't think they cheapen each other. I just think that they are not. I don't think they're a good match. I don't think they're a good match over. Now, and I say that with a grain of salt, but because there's a lot of really good talent in both that work very well with each other.
I want to clarify this because somebody is going to tell me in the comments. It's just like Nick is a friend, and I wouldn't be working with him if he did it. But he does ask this question. So how would you book a crossover? Not being a jerk, but your point is valid. But then how does anyone get over if each company wants to get their guys over? I think that's the issue too. I feel that it depends because everybody, for me personally, everyone wants this crossover, but again, somebody has to win and somebody has to lose. Again, that's not my question because this is for Will, so I'm not going to answer this. I will just say, for me personally, and Nick, me and you have talked about this too. Like, I'm more okay with, certain stars losing, but we need a clear winner and a loser. I hate when we keep doing DQs and non-finishes to protect people because I was just like, there needs to be a winner or a loser. And plus, if you treat a crossover,
and that's the problem with the crossover is like, if you're gonna book it, then book it, and let's have like you said, have a clear winner, have a clear loser.
Sometimes queer loser. Hey,
or we're gonna have a queer loser too. I'm good with that too, or a queer winner for like
that as well.
So, it's, and I am no expert when it comes to, because my big thing is I know people that I love and I want to see them come. I want to see them come together. And that's not always the best booking. Just, because NXT has some great talent that we barely see. And most of the time I want to see those guys. I love these big faces that we have for both of them, even in TNA, but both locker rooms, TNA and NXT, they have some really great talent that we hardly ever see. And see, that's my big thing is I want to see those guys. So if I was booking to be all those guys and everybody else would be like, wait, where's all the people, the big face people that we know? And I'm like, they're there. Yeah, they're there.
I love it. Alrighty, we still got a whole pay-per-view to get through, but I do want to highlight this last comment. For the record, all three of you are over with me. Well, except maybe Will. He might be entering into the Brian Myers territory with his crazy comments. Oh, wait. Then he follows it up with not Will, Kilt. LOL. That was for Kilt, not Will.
Oh, how dare you, sir?
I was trying to figure out how to get to Brian Myers.
You are so... I'd be more upset, but I really don't understand that reference at this point in time. You could probably throw in something a little bit more my speed. But you know what? How dare you? How dare you?
I was literally trying to figure out how I became the Brian Myers in this situation. I didn't think I said anything that controversial or that bad, or at least I didn't think I did.
Nah.
I mean, I don't think I said anything bad either, but
No, so here, like I said, Nick will ask the tough questions. He will push back a little bit, but at the end of the day, he respects all of us here and he loves us and we love him.
And let me tell you, can I just say, I'm not offended or anything. I'm not.
No, you're not. I know.
I mean, it's like, yeah, come, let's talk about
it. So, and to be fair too, no. And to be fair, Nick also asked me the hard questions, and sometimes we don't agree, and he pushes back, and I push him. But you know what? I love him, and he is amazing. Yes, and it's 100%. It's much more amusing for all of us, but I agree. Let's not tell Kilt the joke and keep it inside. Deal.
You think I don't have Google?
I know. You'll figure it out eventually. But we got to move on, though, because we still got 4 matches we got to talk about. But Nick, we love you. And if you're still sticking around for the rest of the view, we also probably will say some controversial things because we also have some feelings about some other matches, too. Not as crazy as this one, but, well, this will be my crazy opinion. Best match of the entire night. I'm not even going to. And dare I say, I think this is one of my favorite multi-person matches this year. Also. Hard-hitting question. Mikey Shirt, what club is the after party at? Wow.
Hold on. Nick. He wore this to work. He wore this to work with my children.
Ramon. I was like, this is my Razor Ramon shirt. It is great. It is fantastic. It is comfortable, but it also has chains. So I'm going to let you do that imagery with what you will. Anyways, back to what...
It's funny, Nick. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I just read the comments.
Nick is good people. And Nick is... Hopefully, if the schedule works out, Nick will be here for the end of the year podcast. And Will, you and him can talk like in person. So that's going to be fun. But back to this match. This was our first Iron Survivor match. The women were up in second go. This was... I have no complaints about this. This is what Iron Survivor needs to be every single time we have it. There has to be urgency. I love every single person didn't play fair. They were going like Kalani attacking Sol Ruka's knee, Jordan Grace throwing Kalani by the hair, Lola knocking bitches out, Kendall jumping from limb to box to everywhere, soul snatchers everywhere. I was like, this was a knock up, drag out fight. Like, these girls wanted it bad. And when we get to the boys, this is where my issue with you boys come in later. But this was urgency. And oh my God, like, I honestly did not know who was going to win. Even Like, this was so close the whole entire 25 minutes. Shout out to these women. Y'all did the damn thing. This was fantastic.
Amen. And can I just say how sad it is, though? And I'm going to go to the sad aspect of all this.
Go for
is
it.
The fact that the women have to perform way more than the men do.
Fair.
And that really irritates me. You know, even though I don't want them to change a single thing about this match because it was amazing. But after watching the men's match, I was just like, why do the women have to work twice as hard? You know, and it's just like, anyway. But you know what I mean? I'm a big advocate for the ladies, even though I'm a big old homo.
Yes, you are the king and our queen.
Yeah. No, this match was freaking fantastic.
God, this had, again, I have no notes on this. This is exactly what Iron Survivor needs to be. And again, everybody had 2 points apiece. In the last 3 seconds, Kendall Gray ekes out a win with hitting the Shades of Gray, which looks like a gnarly finisher.
That's awesome. Yes.
Freaking Nick, any of you feel like this thumbnail is some sort of... Yes, exactly. I was like...
It has Doctor Who vibes for me because
more than anything,
walk in the background and
it's the Doctor Stranger Things Who.
Doctor Stranger Things Who? Who Doctor Stranger Things?
The Doctor Stranger Who things?
Who things, Doctor Strange?
God, I love this panel so much.
God bless. Are we delirious? Are we on drugs? What is happening?
I've only had one thing to drink today because I was starting to drink earlier, and obviously it's gone. That was like an hour ago.
Nick, we gonna get Vecna debuted in the main event. We gonna get to the main event because Lord have mercy. But yeah, this easily the match of the night. Kendall Gray hits a Shades of Gray in the last 3 seconds and is your women's 2025 Iron Survivor. And this was great. Like, I wasn't sure how all 5 of these women were gonna work, but damn, they all killed it. This was fantastic. This is great. Shh, that's her secret. You don't need to know what I did with all the Vecna limbs. I was just like, you don't need to know. Anyway.
Nick, he's not going to tell you because he's going to save it for when he tries to kill my party again.
More news on that as we get closer to the end of the year. But fantastic match of the night. Probably my favorite multi-person match this year. I'm probably going to put this on my top 10 list. Not even going to lie. I don't care if it's recency bias.
This is amazing.
This was fantastic. No notes. Moving on. Did I think Mr. Iguana was going to win? No. Did I like this match? Hell yes, I did.
It was fun.
Yeah, because I also watched Triple A. I think Ethan Page and Mr. Iguana have really good chemistry together. And yes, anytime I get to see La Yesca make an entrance in the match is amazing. I love La Yesca.
Also, why is Ethan Page making me hot in this picture right now?
It's because of the burly, hairy chest. That's
I guess so. Because my God,
they really highlighted his nipples. They look like
for reals. The shading is nothing. It's like
they look like eyes.
They're so It's time for the percolator.
But I was surprised that I actually liked this match because you know me, I hate Ethan Page so much. I can't, Nick. I'm sorry. I'm just a horn dog. But I really enjoyed this match.
What'd you expect? No, I'm just kidding. Love you.
Oh, yeah. I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed Ethan in it. And of course, I loved Mr. Iguana. When he was playing dead, oh my God.
He's dead. Just being spun around.
Oh my God. It was so funny.
It was great. Yes, Ethan Page's big old tatas in these pictures.
It's hilarious. Like, tell that Booker had no idea what to say to this. Like the entire commentary team was like, "What are we doing here?"
I would like to keep it in the bedroom, Mr. Ethan Page.
And then I'll be pressed up against the door.
Let's get.
Be like me, doggo. Anyways, it's okay. No
tongue. Hey.
But that's the After Hours podcast.
That's not necessarily a no.
Hey, you know what? We're 30 minutes in, so we can be innuendoous if we want to. But big Ethan Page's tatas aside, this was fantastic. Again, Mr. Iguana and Ethan Page have been feuding over in AAA for some time now, and I'm happy. And I get to listen anytime I get to see Mr. Iguana. I'm not going to complain. Ethan Page does retain the NXT North American Championship, but this Ethan Page right now has actually been a lot of fun. It's just like it's less serious, and he's just being like now he's leaning into comedic heel. Yeah, and I'm kind of digging this where he's just over the top, and honestly, it was great.
Yeah, I agree. I actually have been enjoying this version of Ethan Page a lot more than the sort of arrogant asshole that he was playing.
I hated it, but I liked it. I want him to. I want a balance between the two. I want the unserious, arrogant asshole. That's what I want in my heel. I want a little bit. I want a little bit of the Miz, and a little bit of Eddie, and a little bit of asshole. Just give me some fun. Make it hilarious.
He can be on top anytime you like.
Giggity.
Yes. EP looks happy to.
Okay. So, Kilt, real quick, I'm going to comment on your comment, and I agree with you. But I think I would prefer him as the original Ethan Page when he doesn't have a championship belt on him.
I have to agree. I think
I liked when he didn't have a championship and he was that, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. And he was that sort of arrogant asshole. But I think with the title, I think that's when he did the shift. Suddenly he became this comedian. And I kind of like it. So hopefully when he loses all of this, he'll go back to being the asshole. So I can hate him again.
You don't want to hate to love him.
So
anyway,
I agree with you.
Yes. So again, Ethan Page is still your NXT North American champion. And unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to the hairy Ethan Page tatas for now.
That's okay.
I'll send you this picture, Will, so you can frame it and put it on the wall.
I'm pretty sure I can just Google it.
Very fair. No, and I honestly agree. I've just get back on track. Ethan Page on SmackDown would be fantastic. I think he would work well with the talent that's there. And I mean, Chelsea Green's already there, and that's his mixed tag team champion. So, and then of course, Nick being Nick. Oh man, sorry for the blue balls, Will.
If only.
Alrighty. Goodbye, Ethan Page tatas.
Yes, now it's time to blue ball. Move on.
Okay, so here's the thing, right?
I'm so mad about this one.
Yeah,
I'm not as mad because of what I saw on Tuesday. So, but in the moment, I was angry. Mm-hmm. But I feel like that was the point. So in our semi-main event singles match, Tatum Paxley versus Izzy Dame. I don't care what no one says. I know it's because of I am on the Tatum Paxley Tater Tot of hype train. Her character work is probably some of my favorite that NXT currently has in terms of the women's roster.
I agree.
And dare I say probably across both men's and women's roster. I think now she's kind of have a more defined character. And the switch up between her being sad to, oh, I'm gonna fuck this bitch up was awesome to watch.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, the numbers game was not at Tatum's advantage because Izzy had, Sean Spears and this Draco looking mofo. I keep forgetting his name. I was just like bearded man, number 2.
What's his name?
I keep forgetting
Nico
Vance. There we go. Thank you.
Mervin. His name's Mervin.
Mervin. Anyways, so Izzy has Sean Spears and Nico Vance in her corner. Tatum Tot really fought her hardest, but unfortunately it was not enough because Izzy does win here. Shameless plug, Nick. Shameless plug for you and your show. How dare you? No, I'm just kidding. Go support the Nick Club. I'm gonna be fair. I can mess with you, Nick, because it's fun. I'm scared of Nikki. I don't want to make her mad because I feel like she'd fight me and win. Anyhow.
I mean, you're what, 5 foot nothing?
I don't want to fight Nick's wife. Like, she would win in a fight. I'm not a fighty person to begin with. I'd probably just lay down and just let her beat me up. I was like, no,
don't do it.
I am scared of Nikki. You should be. That's what wives are for. You're supposed to be afraid of them. Duh.
No.
Just kidding.
As the only one who hears divorced, no. That was not fun.
Listen, we don't king shame on this channel, so who knows? Nick might be into it. Anyways, but back to this match itself.
He probably is.
My heart hurt for Tatum losing in this one, but because of what I saw on Tuesday, where now she's on a fucking warpath and she's gonna. Well, she did say, she's like, Izzy. Her promo was so much fun on NXT. She's coming after Izzy, but she says, once I take care of Sean and Nico first, I'm coming for you, Izzy. So it seems that Tatum's gonna go after the boys first, and then she's coming for Izzy. I was just like, yes, smart baby face move. Take out the henchman and then go for the jugular with Izzy. That way nobody can interfere when they do one-on-one. And I'm like, girl, we better get some sort of street fight. We need to get something crazy because Tatum is on the warpath. So in the moment, I was upset that Tatum lost. But fair. Now I'm okay with it because now she's on the warpath, and you better watch out because Tatum Tot is coming for Izzy.
Maybe good old Tatum Paxley will take down this disgusting group and they'll get rid of it.
Yes. And if she needs to call in reinforcements, call Lyra, because her and Lyra could kick major ass. I'm just saying.
Her, Lyra.
And Bailey, too.
Hey, you know what would be great? If it became the Creepy Sisters?
Yes. I mean, you have the Burb Lady and Lyra, you have split personality Bailey, and then you have, gothic baddie.
Tatum. I was talking about, Tatum Tot. French fries are greater than tater tot. Out.
You need to leave. No, I'm just kidding, Nick. Don't leave. We love you. Thank you for being here.
It depends on the French fry.
Yes, that is true because it matters. Because certain French fries, I'm like, are awesome. Other French fries, I was just like, why do you exist?
Why do you exist?
I'm gonna be so for real. My least favorite fries of all time, to go on a side tangent, is RB fries. RB fries are not.
Oh, those are gross.
Gross. Yeah.
I like Arby fries.
I also have to say that since Wendy's changed their fries, they're not good either.
Yeah. McDonald's fries are never. They're so hit or miss because of how thin they are.
Yeah. The only thing about McDonald's French fries is they get cold way too quickly.
Yes. They get cold so quickly because of how thin they are.
Yeah. We're talking about French fries because we're all hurt by this. Agreed. Was at Wendy's today? They're fries.
Yeah, they do. They're you can't dip them into your Frosty anymore.
How dare they?
They don't hold up like the old ones did.
They limp, and it's just like, great, thanks.
Oh hell yeah, they are, Nick. My God, they're good.
Wendy's chicken Sammies are phenomenal, though. Yes. So what you're telling us, Nick, is that the three of us need to find a way for us three and you to get together, and we can all go get Wendy's.
Yes.
I'm here for.
You want to know something funny? You want to know something funny?
Yes.
Right outside the parking lot of Full Sail, or we're right in the parking lot of Full Sail.
There's
Wendy's? A fucking Wendy's.
And
that's 90% of the time. If I had the money after show, that's where I go because I'm hungry and I don't feel like driving up the street for Taco Bell, which is like up the street and around the corner, or keep going all the way out of my way for Waffle House.
Waffle House. Anyways, so yeah, Izzy wins here, but Izzy's days are numbered because Tatum Tot is on the path of war, and I'm here for it. All right, before we get into our main event, no, Mikey, you have Cali food. Don't you shortchange me from your authentic Mexican and vineyards. This is probably a question for you, Will. Is Tex-Mex ish?
Mex. It's the bitch, man. Come
me food and I will
come to Texas. We will have Tex-Mex.
Yes. So we're all going to fly out to Will for Tex-Mex. Y'all can come to me for some great California food. And Mexican
what exactly
food.
Is California known for?
Mexican.
Really?
Well, it depends on where you
I was
are.
like, really?
It
South.
depends on where you. It depends on where you go in California, specifically Southern California. Depending on where you go, at least in my area, because most of the cities are predominantly Hispanic or Latino. You are going to get a lot of actual authentic Mexican food. There's like a taco shop on every single corner in my small little town that I live in. But if you go towards Palm Springs, you get the more like modern, trendy restaurants. We also have, yeah, so it depends. So like there are certain restaurants that I absolutely think are gross. But there are some really, really small like ma and pa ones too. That's also the other thing. There's a lot of ma and pa diners around here. There
We have a
is
lot of
like
that too.
there's like a burger box that's been here since like it's been here since like the 1930s, and it is still up and running. It is great
awesome.
stuff. And there's also a little place called Andy's where it's basically everything from Mexican to American. But we also have some pretty good Chinese food as well too. So there's a lot to explore.
Okay.
Yeah. I will say though, I haven't been up north, but Napa and Sonoma are on my foodie list because there's a lot of good stuff here. But anyways, back to the NXT review. Stop making me hungry. And no,
we could sit here and talk about drinking around the world at Epcot during Food and Wine Festival.
No, I cannot highlight that comment, Nick, because we get in trouble. But yes, California is known for the good dank. Anyways. All right, let's quickly round this out because I liked everyone in this match. My biggest complaint about this, there was less urgency in terms of the execution of everything. I'm not going to lie, the first 5 minutes were probably the best part, but that's because Leon and Javon starting out was the best choice. Them boys were flying everywhere. And then once everyone else started getting in, it was still pretty decent, but there was no urgency. I felt like for the 25 minutes, it was like, why do I feel like this is going in like 0.5 speed?
Because I think it's because they all knew who was going to win.
I mean, that's very fair.
That's exactly what it felt like. It felt like, oh, we're just going to go through the motions because we already knew who's going to win. So we're not gonna overexert ourselves. So, I mean, unlike the women who the whole time I was like, I don't know who's going to win this. Oh my God. Here I was like, no, okay, all right, I'm not upset with who won. I just was like, The match itself, I thought was going to be amazing. I actually thought this match was going to be my match of the night. I really did.
It was not.
Nope.
So here's the thing, right? So am I mad that Javon won? No, because I was rooting for Javon because I think that's fantastic. What I am upset about is how the show ended because I'm like, damn, we're going to let Javon have his moment because, Obafemi comes up at the ramp because Javon is going to be... So at this point, Javon is going to be facing Oba at New Year's Evil in January. Then the lights go out. We get like a weird blurred, crossing the bridge bald shot. And the lights come up a little bit like a soul spotlight in the ring. Tony D'Angelo is back and he lays out Javon Evans, who sells beautifully. And Obafemi's just staring at Tony. I was just like, why is Tony back?
No, I will say I'm kind of okay with him being back, though.
It's because he's now I was like, he's more Craven than Mobus, and I'm okay with that.
Well, I think the reason I'm excited that he's back is because I don't think they gave him a good ending.
No, he didn't
at all.
Yeah.
I don't think they gave. And I agree with you, Nick. And we have said that many times that Tony should be on the main roster. But I don't feel that they gave him a proper exit.
Fair. And you know what? That would have been really cool. He's the mystery man that jumped into the War Games for us than the current theory of Austin Theory or, Seth Rollins or whoever, or Montez Ford apparently now. So anyhow, but I do agree with you, Will. I feel like Tony, the way that he ended before going on his mini vacation with just being by himself in the restaurant and then quote unquote getting kidnapped. And I would have been fine with it. But because of what happened last night on NXT, I don't know what the hell or what the fuck we are doing so let me put it into perspective, right? So on Saturday, the assumption was that Obafemi would be facing Javon for the title in January come New Year's Evil. Javon cashes that bitch in last night to have a match against Oba for the title. And once again, I should have known better because Javon made me believe he could actually do it. But what happens? Ricky Saints is like, no, bro, we cannot have this happen. And he cost Javon the match last night. And I was like, fuck you, Ricky Saints. I was like, he is officially in his heel era. And I was just like, why do we keep playing in Javon's face? In the long run, I understand. Eventually, Javon will get this title. So now we have to set up a new number one contender for New Year's Evil, which I was like, okay, cool. Who are we getting? So we had 4 losers in the deadline match. And so that is what our fatal 4-way is next Tuesday. It is Miles versus Dion versus Joe Hendry versus Leon Slater. And one of these men will go and face Oba at New Year's Evil. And I'm just looking at them. I was just like, now it would be a swerve if they decide to put Leon in this match, but absolutely not. TNA might be willing to bend over for a couple of things, so to speak, but I highly doubt they want to see their X Division champion lose against Oba in another championship match. So I don't think they're going to put Joe Hendry against Oba either, because I love Joe. He's not ready yet. He hasn't been here long enough. I'm going to be so for real. I think Dion is going to be facing Oba at New Year's Evil. And I was like, that's a hate crime. I was like, it's black on black violence. What are we doing?
It is. But it's an easy hit.
That is true.
Because Dion takes a hit and it doesn't hurt him.
No.
That'd be like if Joe Hendry took the hit, it would hurt him. And so I agree. I don't necessarily, I think I kind of leaning your way as well, because I think that or Miles, but I think it would be the same. It'd be that's a good guy. That's actually not a bad.
I think Miles versus Oba, I feel like I could believe Miles being able to take down Oba in some capacity.
Yeah.
But over Dion versus Oba. But regardless, I think regardless of who ends up winning, Oba is not losing again, who knows? He's not losing at New Year's Evil. But Ricky is now also on the warpath. But unlike Tatum, where I'm excited to see Tatum take down the Colleen, Ricky taking this opportunity for Javon, I was just like, it could be interesting. But Ricky and Javon need to settle some things. And I'm going to be so for real. I know Ricky is probably going to end up winning the feud. But I'm like, I'm tired of playing in Javon's face. Like, if you're not going to make him be men's title, can we let him be the one to take the title off of Ethan whenever Ethan's ready to lose that title? Like, I want some gold on Javon in 2026. And I know him and Leon Slater have their match at Saturday night's main event for the main roster tag titles, which I don't think they're going to win. But what a hell of a way. That'd be kind of crazy, but who knows? That's fair. He's been in the background, good transitional challenger who wants to win, which is true. But again, I think Oba is holding on to this. And I'm going to be so for real. Now that Oba has this title, I honestly think that Oba's holding this, and if not Vengeance Day, he's probably holding this until Stand and Deliver, honestly. So it's going to be a couple months, but who knows? Things have happened and things have changed. As Deadline and our prediction scores have told us, NXT does not give a fuck about our predictions. But yeah, so again, Javon wins. Challenges Oba Femi last night. It's on the cusp of winning. Ricky costs him the match, and we end the show with, Oba and Ricky staring each other down. It's great. Yes, Nick, if you are still here listening to us, drop those links to Will. In fact, I will, if Will is okay with it, I'll give you his number so y'all can also text as well, because it's great.
That's cool.
So, yes. I forget that you and Nick really don't get to coincide. You've always heard of Nick, but never interacted like this in this capacity, because I also think that this is the longest that Nick has ever stayed in a review watching us.
This is. He says like 2 things and disappears.
So, shout out to Nick, though, and Nikki at the Nick Wrestling Hour, Happy Hour podcast. Their show is on Fridays. They mostly cover main roster stuff, but they also cover AEW. And I also pop in their show to cause a little bit of havoc whenever I can on Fridays. So it's a lot of fun. But, that is our Deadline review. So, again, prediction scores aside, the women's Iron Survivor match was the shit. It was amazing. And then there was Ethan and Mr. Iguana was great. Everything else was subpar to what the fuck. So, I ended up giving Deadline a C+. Again, the women's I Am Survivor carried most of that grade, and Ethan and Mr. Iguana showed up and showed out. But the unpredictability and the chaos that was a lot of Deadline definitely threw me for a loop. And the NXT last night also threw me for a loop too. Also, am I excited for Blake Monroe versus Thea Hale for the Women's NXT North American Championship next week? Hell yes. Do I think Thea's going to win? No. But
even though she should.
She should. I was like, let's put some gold on Thea too in 2026. But that has been La Nextrema. So that's going to be it for this review. And I wasn't expecting to go a full hour, but Nick made us go a full hour because we talked about different wrestling things. And we also agreed that Wendy's fries don't be doing it no more, but they chicken Sammy's be pretty good. So, Nick, thank you for tuning in, and to Papa and Kilt, so thank you for also being here. We still got this week is crazy because most of it is pay-per-view based stuff. So later tonight, Papa and I will be here to review CMLL. It's just going to be the two of us. Adolfo is deciding to go wrestle in Mexico somewhere, apparently. So he might be on the next Viernes Espectacular for CMLL. So we will see El Buntador make his grand debut in Arena Mexico. So who knows? But we will be back here at 8 p.m. Pacific. Friday, again, I feel like I take a lot of Papa's time, but me, Papa, and Radio will be here to review TNA Resolution, which did not make me angry as much as Deadline did. I was like, oh my God. Now, there was one moment, but honestly, I was just like, yeah, I could have seen that coming, but for the most of it, the right people needed to win. We got some new debuts on the pre-show and the main show, which I'm excited to talk about because, Bear Bronson and the Righteous are amazing, and I love them and so happy for them. But we'll talk about all that on Friday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. Saturday, it will be the Kilt and Mikey Power Hour, as we will be doing a live watch-along for Saturday night's main event, John Cena's retirement match. We also have some pretty fun matches scheduled for it, so it should be a decent watch. And then on the opposite end of the wrestling spectrum, Benny, myself, and the returning Samoan powerhouse, Andrew, will be here to do a live watch-along for GCW's Nick Gage Invitational 9. It's going to be bloody. There will be violence. There will be blood. There also may be some light tubes, glass, barbed wire, and extremely horniness sometimes. But, that's to be expected here at BC WrestlePod.
As well as light refreshments and snacks. Please see you.
We see you. So it's going to be a really fun couple of days heading into the weekend. And then again, mark your calendars for Sunday, December 21st. We are going to be having our end of the year podcast where hopefully Nick and our new friends at If We Had the Pencil podcast of Matt and Sean, as well as your chaotic crew here at BC WrestlePod, will be talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly of professional wrestling in 2025, where we will all be giving out our awards for the best and worst of wrestling. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be fun. It's the most chaotic show, and I always enjoy having a good time with it. But we got to get up on out of here, so thank you so much for tuning in. From all of us here at BC WrestlePod, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay Bi-Conic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. We will see you later tonight for CMLL, but until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace. See you later.